All right, back with another Big Ten football preview and predictions here. Today I'm doing Nebraska. So yeah, I've been churning these out. There's going to be another one of these Big Ten prediction videos later today. I'm not sure who I'm going to do yet, but I've done Michigan, Michigan State, Penn State, Ohio State, and Rutgers, and now I'm doing Nebraska. So I've basically already given you guys all the powerhouses of the Big Ten East, and then Rutgers I have not done. This is the first Big Ten West team that I've done, so yeah, it took a while, but I'm finally here. So Nebraska. Nebraska is one of those teams that's like kind of like an Iowa, like they're hyped up to go to the Big Ten championship and probably win it. Now, I don't know about that personally. I don't think so. I mean they could go. I think when it comes to the West, a lot of those teams in the West could go to the Big Ten championship. Nebraska, Iowa, Wisconsin, Northwestern, of course. Some people think Minnesota can make it. I don't think so. Right now, I'm going with Iowa, but Nebraska is a good second place for me, along with Northwestern, and then Wisconsin, because you guys know how I feel about Wisconsin. If you've ever watched any of my Big Ten related videos, I'm not a huge, I'm not a person who's very high on Wisconsin, but Nebraska. I looked at the schedule, and it's pretty besides a couple of games, it's pretty easy. Like, Nebraska should definitely win most of these games, in my opinion. But let's just go through these first three games here against South Alabama, Colorado, and NIU. South Alabama win. Easy here. They're going to start out the season with a win. It won't be like 2018 where they started out like freaking 0-6 or whatever it was. They're going to get the win here, 1-0. Easy. Colorado, though. Colorado could be dangerous. You never know. This could be close. I think Nebraska gets the win here, but you can't sleep on Colorado. Absolutely not. Don't sleep on anybody because you'll lose. But especially don't sleep on Colorado. It's at Colorado, so that'll make it a lot harder. But because I do believe in the home field advantage, that does help out a lot. I believe with a lot of teams. But I'm going to give you guys the edge here, slightly, because I really like Adrian Martinez. I think he's one of the best quarterbacks in the Big Ten this year. Maybe the third best out of all of them. If not the second best, it could be the second best. But I give you guys a slight edge over Colorado. So week 1, easy win. Week 2, you'll get that win, but you'll escape, I think. NIU win. Easy. At home. It's a night game for whatever reason, but you'll get the win here. Then you start with Big Ten play. Illinois. At Illinois. Illinois, I forget about Illinois a lot because they haven't been relevant ever. So, I don't remember the last time Illinois was a good team in football. I don't think it's ever happened. I could be wrong on that. Every time I've ever seen Michigan, yes, I'm a Michigan fan. Every time I've ever seen Michigan beat or play against Illinois, we've always beaten them. We don't play them very often, but when we do, we always beat them. I believe the last time we played them was 2016, and we beat them by like 33, 34 points or something. It was like 41-8, and then years before that, we beat them like 45-0 in like 2011 or something like that. Illinois is never good. I mean, of course, Michigan is a powerhouse in the Big Ten, so they're a juggernaut, as you could say. But even Nebraska, who's not quite on the level of a Michigan or an Ohio State, could still easily beat Illinois. Because Illinois is like bottom of the barrel, like terrible. Win here. Ohio State. If you watch my Ohio State video, you know where I'm going to go with this. Now, of course, this is the dangerous game. You know, it's Ohio State, so of course it's dangerous. But I also mean that for Ohio State. When you go through Ohio State's schedule and you point out one or two games that Ohio State could lose, Nebraska is definitely one. I think even Ohio State fans they would agree with me that they would probably point out Nebraska as a very dangerous team. Nebraska, you guys get Ohio State at home. There's a lot of hype surrounding your team. You guys made the top 25, and you made number 24 in the AP top 25 in the preseason after winning 4 games in 2018. That's pretty remarkable. So there is a lot of hype that you could win 9-10 games. But if you remember my Ohio State video, you guys know where I went with this. I have Ohio State getting the edge over you in a very close one. But, of course, as a Michigan fan, I absolutely despise Ohio State. I think every Michigan fan does. So I hope you guys beat Ohio State. Honestly, I really hope you do, because I'm a fan of Adrian Martinez, and I want to see him do good. And I think if I had to choose another team to root for in the Big Ten, it would be Nebraska. I don't know why. I'm just mainly just because I want to see you guys beat Ohio State, but and because we're not playing you guys. But we could play you guys. If you guys make the Big Ten championship, if we make the Big Ten championship, we can. A lot of people think Michigan, Nebraska is going to play in the Big Ten championship game, so we could. But I'm giving you guys a loss here. But you never know how this game could go. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how dominant Ohio State looks. They always have a slip-up game at some point during the season. If you guys watched my prediction video on them, I had them going undefeated. But, of course, 1 or 2 games is definitely a possibility for them to lose. It seems like every year they lose at least one game, and badly. Like 2017, Iowa. 2018, Purdue. But I don't know. I'm going with Ohio State for now because they are the better team in my opinion. But you guys gave them a scare last year. Give them another scare. Beat them, actually. Beat them this time, please. That would be fantastic. But I got you guys losing here in a very, very, very close one. Probably goes into overtime, honestly. Northwestern. There's another team in the West that a lot of people have going to the Big Ten championship, winning the West. I don't see Northwestern doing that this year. I see them I see them going like 3rd in the West, maybe 2nd. I don't see them winning the Big Ten West. They had their year last year, their surprisingly good year. And they failed in the Big Ten championship game against Ohio State. It's not going to happen this time around. Northwestern's not going to get to that point again. I've got you guys winning here against Northwestern because I believe that you're a better team, and well, not necessarily that you're a better team. You guys are pretty equal with Northwestern. It's just I think you're going to make it further in the season than Northwestern. Now, my friend Steeler Dude 11, he's not really. I watched this video of his top 25 preseason reaction. He's not as high on Nebraska as I am, and a lot of other people are. I think they're going to go really far. I don't think, like I said, I don't think they're going to win the Big Ten West. I think they get 2nd and come up short to Iowa. That's my opinion. But I know you never know. Nebraska, and I don't think that Nebraska won't make it. Like they could definitely win the West, but for now I'm going with Iowa. But I have you guys winning here against Northwestern in a close one. So there you go. Minnesota at Minnesota. Now, Minnesota is a good team. Are they on like a Michigan, Ohio State level? Not even close. But they were a team that played Purdue the week after Purdue destroyed Ohio State, and they destroyed Purdue, and it made Purdue look really good, you know. So I'm not I'm not gonna say that Minnesota is gonna come even close to a Big Ten championship game. I don't think, honestly, Minnesota is a 5-6 win team. In my opinion, they're a 5-6 win team. But I've got you guys losing here. Because you guys, it seems like every year a team that is better than another always seems to lose to a team they're not supposed to. Like Ohio State, that's an understandable loss. They're a great team. Minnesota doesn't seem like a team. Minnesota is always in the middle. It seems like they every game you never know how it's going to end for them. It's just like Purdue. You don't know how their game is going to go. They could show up, absolutely dominate, like they did with Ohio State, and then come back the very next week and get destroyed by Minnesota. I think it's going to be kind of like that. You guys come off of like a big win against Northwestern, who's contending for the Big Ten West, and then come back the next week and just lose momentum, lose to Minnesota in a close one. And it's at Minnesota. There is somewhat some hype around Minnesota. I don't see it, but it seems like every year a team tends to lose to a team they're not supposed to. So I have you guys losing here to Minnesota in a close one. You have a lot of close games this year. And you have your other bye week. Indiana, win. Indiana is not anywhere near on the level of a Nebraska. I mean, they're pretty much on the level of a Minnesota, and a Purdue, and a Maryland. They're all on the same level. I said this yesterday. They're all the same team. They're all on the same level. 5, 6, 7 win teams. That's what my friend Steeler Dude 11 thinks about Nebraska. He thinks they're like a 7-win team. 6-7 win team, I think they're obviously better than that, but you never know. He could be right. But Indiana, I have you guys winning here. Indiana has never been relevant, ever. They've never been relevant. Nebraska hasn't been relevant in a while, but they've at least been relevant before. That doesn't matter, though, of course. But you guys get them at home. It's Indiana. They may give you a tough one, but you're going to find a way to score and get maybe a 2-score win, honestly. So, yeah, Indiana win. Purdue, again, just like Indiana, just like Minnesota. You could lose this game. Honestly, there's a few games on here that you guys could lose. But I'm giving you guys the edge because I'm high on Nebraska, so to make it far in the Big Ten. I honestly hope you win the Big Ten West because I want to play you guys. If Michigan can beat everybody in the Big Ten East and make it to the Big Ten Championship, beat Ohio State, get over that hump, I honestly hope when we go to the Big Ten Championship that we're playing Nebraska, because I don't want to play Iowa again. That just seems boring. So I want to play somebody new. So I'm going to give you guys the benefit of a doubt on a lot of these games because I want to see you make it far. But Purdue, I'm going to give you guys the win here as well. Purdue, literally, you guys could lose to Purdue. I think Purdue, though, when it comes to like on the level of an Indiana or a Minnesota, they're a little bit lower. I don't know about Indiana. Indiana's pretty irrelevant. But Purdue, win. I'll give you guys the win here. Even though it is at Purdue and it is kind of difficult to win there. You have your, what is it now? Your second bye week? Yeah, that's your second bye week. They're all really like close to each other. Wisconsin. You guys know how I feel about Wisconsin. Nowhere near where they belong. Like they came into. They're ranked number 19 in the preseason poll. I know when I do my Wisconsin video and any Wisconsin fans watch it, they're not going to be happy with me because I don't know what it is. I don't hate Wisconsin. It's just something about them I don't like. The fact that everybody drools over them every year and 2018, they were ranked number 6 at the beginning of the season. Like, are you kidding me? They ended the season unranked, losing to teams like BYU and stuff like that. And then they come back the next year. They weren't even close to where they needed to be. They win like 7 games, and now they're ranked like 19. And I can't think of why they're ranked 19, because from what I've watched, no one is really that high on Wisconsin. I don't know why I'm ranting about Wisconsin. I could go on and on about Wisconsin and why they're overrated, but I'm gonna give you guys the win here, because you guys are a better team than Wisconsin, in my opinion. Win. Maryland. Another one of these teams like Indiana, Purdue, Minnesota, Maryland. I think I already said that. But Maryland. Just another one of those middle-of-the-road teams that you really don't know how they're going to perform. You guys could lose any of these games. You could lose any of these games. I'm giving you guys the win here because it's Maryland, and Maryland is not very relevant. You know, they're just as irrelevant as all those other teams I've talked about. And I don't know why. I just chose, out of all the irrelevant middle-of-the-road teams that you guys play, the only team, I had to give you guys a loss against one of them. And that's just how I felt. One of those has got to be a loss. And I chose Minnesota, so I give you guys the win against Maryland. And then finally, your last game of the season is against Iowa at home. I think you guys end up losing this last game and ending the season on a low. And this is probably the game where you'll fight Iowa for the Big Ten West top spot. I think this may be the game. I think you guys will be pretty close to each other, probably have the same record, maybe going into it, about 2 losses. The winner of this game going against, the winner of this game making the Big Ten championship game or whatever. And I think it'll be kind of like that with Michigan and Ohio State, how that game went in 2016 or whatever. Basically, it'll be like the determining factor. I think Iowa gets the slight edge over you, gets the win, and moves on to the Big Ten championship, leaving you guys in second place. But that's where I stand. I have you guys losing to Ohio State, Minnesota, and Iowa. So 9-3, not bad. That's a lot better than 4-8. That's for sure. So I'm gonna move on now to the next game, or the next team that I'm gonna predict. I'm not sure what that's going to be yet. It's probably going to be another West team because I need to catch up on that. So I'll do more of that. But this is Nebraska. I have a link in the description for the rest of the playlist for the other 2019 prediction videos. I made one yesterday and I put all the teams in it. So go check that out if you want. Watch those videos if you care about, what I think is going to happen with Michigan, Michigan State, Penn State, Ohio State, and Rutgers so far. I don't know why I did Rutgers all of a sudden. I just did it. And then I was like, man, I need to catch up on these prediction videos. So, yeah. But that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. This is probably one of the longest videos I've done on a prediction video. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Subscribe and like.